Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode where I'm looking at the inner child in the crown chakra. Beautiful crown chakra here. Now, personally, it is about being open to knowledge from past and previous generations, from, yeah, from generations now and past. What knowledge can you gain from others? I was going to say when you were an inner child, when you were a child, did you look up to adults? Did you soak in their knowledge? How can you do that now to help you with your life? Because those amazing generations, whether they're here now or whether they have passed over, they have so much knowledge. And the crown chakra can help you tune in to the ones that have passed over to gain knowledge from them. And so it's being connected to the collective. But when you're connected to the collective, be aware to ensure that you support your own energy so that you don't get energy drained from you, because unfortunately it does happen. I've got a friend who I literally 1 minute in their energy and I'm drained 100%. And that is why I don't spend time with them, because it's not for my best benefit. And it took a little while to understand that. My lovely inner child came through and really gave me so much love and compassion, because I didn't want to acknowledge what was happening, because I thought, I'm going to lose another friend. Yet it was the best thing I could do, because, of course, I know now how to protect my energy even more because of that experience. And it's also about knowing that what you do has a ripple effect. Be aware of that. Whatever you do has a ripple effect. So how can the inner child come through with love and compassion to help you understand this more? You do have an impact. How can you make it a positive impact on this world? And it's about finding meaning in our life, because if we're just going through life and it's like, oh, yeah, whatever, that's not finding meaning. That's just basically living day to day. And when you're in crisis, yes, that's what happens. When you're out on the other side, though, find that meaning. Really find that meaning and live your life. How can the inner child help you live your life? And it's also being open to all the changes that happen in life, because there's only certain things that you can control. And whatever else you can't control, let it go. It is tough. It can be really tough to let it go. Guess what, though? Man, it can be amazing. I needed to control everything in my life because I didn't have control as a child. And now I've let go of what I can't control, and it is so much better. I really wish I could emphasize how much better it is, because it really is. And in the crown chakra, we understand the purpose we have for our life. Now, I've heard it so many times. People go back to when you're a child and what did you want to be when you grew up? Well, guess what? There's people like me who had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up because of my childhood. I was surviving. I had no idea about the future. So just be aware of that when you're working with clients. Don't take them back to their child and say, what did you want to be when you grew up? Because it can do some damage. Thankfully now I'm just like, yeah, whatever, keep going. I just ignore it when people say it, because it's like, it wasn't me. We want to learn how to be in the present moment. Think back when you were a child. You were in the present moment. You weren't thinking about the future. It didn't mean anything. You were so present. And how much joy did you have? Even with my childhood, there were lots of moments of joy. There were many moments. And I look back and I'm like, wow, look at those moments. Because I was present. So there were moments of joy. Yes, there are other moments, and that's okay. Because I've given so much love and compassion to my inner child that we can look back and go, yeah, we did it. How cool is that? Now, when it comes to business, how does your business align to the collective? Does it need to? That's just something to think about. Does it need to align to the collective or not? And how do you give back to the community? Because remember before in the other chakras, we were talking about community. How do you give back to the community? What do you do? It doesn't have to be huge, grand gestures. It can be if you want. It can be something little. It can be something little. Because remember the ripple effect. You have an impact. Now, in here, it's the connection between our business's physical reality, and that can be basically a piece of paper. This is my business's physical reality. And it's also our spiritual purpose. So what reality does your business have? And what is the spiritual purpose? It can be totally different things, and that's so cool. Now, how we operate our business, we can find so much meaning in that. And this is again where choices come in and making decisions. Don't have a coach tell you how you should run your business. You can listen to advice. I've got coaches. I've got 2 coaches at the moment, and I listen. Doesn't mean I'm going to take all their advice on board. And I did that the other day on a call. I told the coach, no, I will not have testimonials on my page. I don't believe in testimonials. It is outsourcing decisions, which is what I say not to do, because you can have so much regret. And, I don't have regret. I've had moments where I've gone, why did I pay that much money to that coach who did nothing for me? It is a lesson I learnt. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching business women not to outsource their decisions, to learn how to insource. Now, there's ups and downs in business. The more that you learn to run business your way, the more that you give love to your inner child and yourself, the more that you give love to your business and its inner child, the more that those ups and downs become less dramatic. And they won't affect you as much because you'll know how to ride those waves out. How are you going to embrace the strengths within your business? How can your inner child help you understand what your strengths are? What strengths do you have in your business? Embrace them. Bring them out even more. Thank you so much for watching or listening.